Hello, folks, it's Jack Pickleson here, yet again, and I actually have time to record this video. I've had it on the back burner. It's one that's actually scripted. I've got a kind of a script. It's mostly bullet points, but it's something I planned. It's not a reaction video. I'm actually doing it. I'm actually doing a video. So what's the video? What am I talking about here? Well, it's basically like a pros and cons, like kind of just like how I feel that Rivals of Aether 2 is going in the right direction, but it could very easily get off the rails. So I'm gonna go over like stuff I like and stuff I don't like, and take it with a grain of salt because, like, you know, I'm not a game developer or anything like that. I'm not behind the driver's seat, you know, and I have a lot of respect for the team. So if I have any disagreements or anything like that, don't come at me, Dan. Please don't hurt me. All right? Please don't hurt me. I'm just a pickle. Oh, so take it with a grain of salt. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first and foremost, so far, I'm really liking the direction of the game. What can be said? I mean, I really like all the costumes, the cosmetics, the animation changes, everything like that. It's so good. Like the advertisement for the recent skins, the robot skins, which I gotta say, quick on, there's no robot frog. What the fuck? What are you doing, Dan? You behind this? Anyway, cosmetically, it's a great way of, like, you know, getting additional funds for the team. You know, it's they crank out some good quality stuff. I really like it. And they're really supportive of tournaments, really engaging with the community. So all in all, I really highly respect the team, and I really like the cosmetics and stuff like that. And if I see Dan or any of the people that work on Rivals 2, I'd give them a hug, maybe a little smooch on the cheek. Just a little smooch. Nothing weird. Just right like that. And segue into that, really like this support a creator, which, by the way, Jack Pickleson is in there too. I don't know how I got a part of it. If you type in Jack Pickleson in the creator code, I might get a little slice of the action there. Just a little bit. Anytime you make any kind of purchases on the store, a little bit goes to yours truly to fund my shenanigans. I'm currently working 2 jobs, so I don't really exactly need money, but if you want to see actual more content, you know, that really goes towards the goal of getting back to full-time streamer man thing. So, not dying or anything like that, but that would really help me out, make this a full-time gig, as opposed to working all the time. So we move on to, like, from cosmetics and stuff like that, and community and whatnot, and we go to the stages. And I like what they did with the stages. They've they've been revamping the menus and all that stuff. It's been constant progress. I remember when the first beta, it was just like Crag in a garage, and he's just there and he's looking at you, and you just kind of have to, like, I don't know, talk shop with him, like be like, hey, what's up, Crag? And he just kind of looks at you, and then he gets closer, and it was really unsettling. But now there's a lot of pizzazz with the menus. They've tried to streamline the stages and make them a little more unique. I do like cosmetically the stages, but we'll get more into the stages when I go in my cons, because cons. Next up, we got character balance. Woohoo! It's actually going in a great direction. The recent patch had, you know, nerfs to Zetaburn, Rano, and Crag. Rano's my dude, Frogman. I like the changes. I like the direction he's going in. I like the direction everyone's going in. Like, you take a look at, like, what they did to Zetaburn. It's basically, like, they took the things that were kind of egregious about him. They kept him basically the same, kind of like chipped away at the more annoying stuff, and gave him clear and defined weaknesses and strengths. Are they perfect? No. But it's in the right direction. It's like okay, he's supposed to die easily or like get edge guarded, right? But before it's like because of like how easy Downbeat was to like recover with, and how consistent it was. You know, it was like that thing. If he goes up in the corner, he lives to like a 2,800 million. But now he actually dies. Now I can reliably say, okay, get off the stage, Zetaburn. I can actually kill you. And it's the same with the other two. Rano, kind of a jack of all trades character, but like kind of was leaning towards more too good in everything. So they like toned down a lot of his like recovery tools and his pressure with needles and stuff like that. So he's still like that, but it's not as egregious. He doesn't do everything better than you can. Same with Crag. Crag is a heavy character, but he was also really fast for some reason. He still is pretty fast, but he does feel more of a big boy. So the direction with the characters, and I didn't get to everybody. Raster, I really like his changes and everything like that. Looks really good, and not to say Absa, what a well-designed character. Can we talk about that? I really feel like Absa really encapsulates, like, did I pronounce that right? Exactly what I'm talking about here. You look at her, and even with the additional, like, buffs to her wave dash and recent patches, sped up tilt, I think maybe up smash, up strong. Stuff like that, she still feels, at least right now, like a character that has specific strengths and weaknesses. She doesn't feel too crazy because you have to have big brain to play her. She doesn't, she's kind of hard to pilot. I think it's really, this is the best way I can demonstrate. Yeah, that's it. This is the best way I can demonstrate why she's a balanced character. I want you to check this out. Jump. We're going to go to frame advance. And we're going to take a look at that. Okay. So that is her sweet spot. And it only lasts for 1 frame. That is the definition of a well-designed character. Because there's clearly strengths and weaknesses to this move. There's an actual sweet spot. It doesn't last very long, and then it's gone. And that's what encapsulates. Like, she's just, there's a clear and present idea with her character design. She has strengths. She has weaknesses. Floaty. She's light. She has big hitboxes, but you need to be very consistent with them, and you need to be ever present about putting you gotta put a cloud. It's a rainy day. It's a rainy day. So, really like Absa. She's getting a little rough to fight against. Not gonna lie, but she's a good character. I like Absa. Now, with the mechanics. Oh, let me flip this page. I actually wrote this shit down. Oh, man. Yes, mechanics. That was the thing. That was the last thingy I was gonna say, mechanic-wise. They nerfed floor hugging, I believe, was the thing that they did. That was the thing, right? Movement changes. Oh yeah, they made shield drops easier. That was fun. Yeah, they've made nerf floor hugging and made shield drops better. Honestly, it's a welcome addition. You heard it like every now and again, right? Like when the game first started, like LOL floor hugging is broken. There's nothing but grabs. Well, they gave a direct counter to it with like strongs. They forced a knockdown. They also increased the threshold for tumble. So like to make it last not as long, crouch canceling. So like those were good effects. I like those changes. Anything to like make it not last as long. Anything to make the game feel smoother. always great. So all in all, these changes are going in the right direction. So, let's get into the negatives, the cons. And we're gonna start with stages. Actually, we're gonna start real quick with cosmetics. The one thing I don't like cosmetically, I'm not a big fan of the when you die, the screen yells at you who has what different stocks. Get it? It's not a big deal, and I'm not gonna die in the hill, but I don't know. I think it looks good. That's just my opinion. All right, I'm not a big fan of it. Now, oh yes. Next complaint I have, or con I have, or when I say con, I don't mean like this is the end of the world or anything like that. But like when I say that, what I'm trying to get at is, I say, the game is moving in the right direction, but it can easily get off the rail if these things are just kind of like left in the dust, or they like make them even worse, you know? So when it comes to stages, my biggest complaint, personally, is they're not different enough. Like, there are 3 janky big stages, like Merchant Port, Fire Capital, and kind of Rockwell, I guess. That one's not big, but it's just like, they all fit in this like blobbish, big, amorphous like stage. And then you got this thing. I don't know why anyone goes here. This is awful. It's like the worst parts of Battlefield, only it did like a bunch of drugs, and it's even worse, and it's knocking on your door. It just took shit on your doorstep. Like, oh, what? I got called the cops, and it's like, I am the cops. What's the problem, officer? What? So yeah, this stage sucks. And then we got Green Hill Zone 1, Green Hill Zone 2, Pokemon Stadium Green Hill Zone, and then Battlefield Green Hill. Like, the problem I have with all these stages is, like, they all have walls. There's not enough distinction between these or these. Like, they're all... Oh, I forgot about Arrow. But I just feel like there needs to be less wall, more distinct... I think that's a big thing. I think there just needs to be less wall. Like, if you're gonna have Green Hill Zone, not every one of them has to be Green Hill Zone. I get that everyone has to wall jump and do cool stuff, but that would just make the recoveries in this game so much easier to deal with, and you'll have cool moments where you spike somebody and they actually die, as opposed to attacking 5 billion times and be like, what the fuck was the point of hitting you there? What was the point, man? You're just gonna tech it. I get that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool in a way, but there just needs to be a little more distinction between, like, a way of like saying, okay, I'm gonna mitigate your recovery by choosing this stage. So like none of these stages have enough. You know what I mean? But they don't need to be that. Please don't do that again. Well, I'm trying. Hopefully I articulated that point well enough. But yeah, kind of all over the place. I don't have a whole lot of free time, so like I just chugged like 2 cups of coffee, and I'm just kind of spitballing here. All right, I do have that script, but more like a bullet point list, whatever. Anyway, let's go into the next gripe I have. Mechanic wise, crouch canceling is not nerfed enough. I will say that. The problem is there's not enough counters to it. It is good that, you know, Strongs beat crouch canceling or floor hugging. I still don't understand the difference. Somebody try to explain it. I am so sorry. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So like the problem with like the problem with Strongs being able to stop floor hugging, it's just, dang it. Give me a second, folks. I'm trying to show you something. Oh, Morty. God dang it. Behavior. I hope you're good. All right, there we go. You know, the problem with this is you can just tech it. And there's not really an incentive to just stop it, because the damage increase is a big deal for stuff like that. Multi-hit moves. But when it concerns a strong, it's like, okay, I did 2% more. I'm still gonna hold down. So there, and also this game doesn't have distinct strong options besides Clarin of stopping it. Like, my example would be Peach down smash in Melee. Like, you crouch cancel that and you eat like what, like 60 to 80%. So you don't hold down, especially in this situation where she's above you. So there's nothing like that in Rivals. You just kind of, I don't know, you take extra percent and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. Or you get hit by a strong and you just tech it. You've seen it before. People will just tech it and then just keep holding down. They don't give a shit. So I think there needs to be even stronger penalties. Maybe certain belts cause a knockdown, or they produce even more the tumble threshold and put it like a 2 times multiplier. Like, make that shit hurt, dude. Because like, crouch canceling is important to have at low percents, but that's it. Like mid to high percents, like that doesn't make it. That doesn't make any sense. And damage in Rivals is low, so I feel like that's a thing they need to pay attention to. But we could go on and on about that. Probably should do that for. Anyway. Shit, whoops. Next, we're gonna go into characters, like my final con here. Like I said, going in the right direction, but there are clearly people still need to be worked on. And who am I talking about first? I think this is a great example. Okay, listen. This is not the biggest offender. I am starting to dislike this character, but I can respect her, okay? Because she is kind of clunky and just like, you kind of have to get a rhythm for her. But my problem is, we're gonna go into it. So don't hate me, Clarin Main. Don't hate you. Just have a problem. Alright, here we go. Do. Why? So I make this comparison because I used Absa for a good design, for a well-designed character, because Absa has clear and distinct weaknesses, and she has a strong kill option, but sweet spot is very small, and it fucking is only a frame long. How long is this shit? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, hold on. Make it a better. Because I'm talking about the whole time it's just... That blue hitbox is all tip. It's all tip. All tip. That's 3 big old long frames of just nothing but the tip. And that's what irks me about this character. And like, the whole point is like, oh, well, it's like Marth, tipper, haha. But it's a whole sword, usually. Like I said, the character is kind of clunky when it comes to low level. You know, you can't just like Marth it. You kind of can, but not really. You know, you kind of have to be a little better than that, because her moves are a little clunkier. But I really feel like this encapsulates what they need to work on. Because, like, dude, you gotta be careful about that kind of stuff, because there's no L canceling, there's no shield poking, so a big thing is, like, you need to pay attention to how big these moves are and, like, the sweet spot and stuff like that. I just feel like for a character that requires finesse, there doesn't look like to be a whole lot of finesse there. It just looks like, oh, well, whatever. I'm fucking back there. You're gonna get hit by it, even if like you're in another state or in like the other room or something like that, taking the shit. I'm gonna get you. But I don't think Claren's like the biggest offense. Like I said, clean up the hitboxes a little bit and make them not forever in the entire sword, and we got a character. But then this. I won't spend too much time because I've been yapping for like 22 minutes. I'm probably gonna have to trim the video down, but the basic point is what I'm getting at with this is like, obviously there are characters that are just doing too much still, and I'm sure they know, but I'm just saying this because if you don't take care of this, it's gonna be a problem. It's starting to become a problem because you can just see people play character. They're gonna fucking keep winning. Not saying that like everyone's wins are invalidated, but let's just bring it back to Olympia because I hate this character. She needs to be removed from the game as she is, because why does she have Rano Fair on everything? That's Rano Fair. That's Rano Fair. Rano Fair. Every single move she has does everything. It's ridiculous. It's like Captain Falcon got a teleport, and like also a command grab, and also like Mario Fair's his knee, and I don't know what this thing is, but I hate it. I really don't know how to balance Olympia. I really don't. It doesn't. It's tall order. Remover, I guess. I don't fucking know. I hate it for Olympia players because, like, she's a cool character. I do like her. Like, I like every character as themselves. I really dislike how she's designed at the moment, because she's just too like, oh man. So I don't know if anyone's familiar with Tekken or the main man Sui, but I watched a video of his, and he was doing a tier list, and he was talking about different characters, and there's this robot girl named Alisa, or whatever, and he was like, Bacteria could play that character. And I feel like that's how it is with Olympia, to be honest. She's just too good, man. Like, especially in this environment. He just doesn't give a shit. Fastest jab in the game. Down tilt converts into the dumbest shit. Why does up B exist? You get my point. If she remains this way, it's a problem. And if characters remain this way, I don't think it will, but I hope they don't. But yeah, I kind of got a little sidetracked ranting about Olympia. I'm sorry. I hopefully that I made a good point there. Probably not. Probably people in the comment section will be, well, you play Rano. You shouldn't be talking about Olympia. Well, first of all, hello. Welcome to the channel. Second of all, maybe not. But if you want me to elaborate on her specifically, I can do that if I ever get some free time. Yeah, that's the long and short of it. That's what happens when, you know, I record a video that's scripted. Eventually it goes off the rails. That's my 2 cents. That's where I land on things. I don't know. Maybe it made sense. Maybe it didn't. Hopefully you enjoyed. Maybe it was entertaining. I don't know. If you liked seeing Pickle Man just kind of rant. I don't know. But that's where I stand. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Guess I'll go somewhere. Bye. Don't forget to use Jug Pickleson code, creator code, men. Hello, bye, hello,